Nation.
Broncos country.
Chiefs Kingdom and bolt up, man. Salute to everybody here in the building. The AFC West family is officially back. Well, two of us right now. Darcy's running a little late, you guys. I don't find it, a coincidence, Ben, that, you take the L and you show up late. But we're here now. It is what it is. How we feeling, brother?
Oh, dude, I'm feeling amazing on one hand and nervous about you on the other hand, dude. Like, I literally hate watched that game because I'm like, all right, that's a huge win for you. And yes, you looked good, truly.
Yes. But you know what? And we'll get to the game here in a second. But I got to say that first scripted drive offensively was phenomenal. The first drive defensively was phenomenal. Got off the field 3 and out. And then we kind of offensively just stalled until the second half, which is great, though, because Chip Kelly and Pete Carroll made the right adjustments at halftime. We actually went out there and took care of business. But I'm excited about this team, and look, man, your defense, man, look, everybody thinks that we're always going to ride for each other, right? We definitely hate each other's teams.
Oh, yeah.
But I have to say this, dude, that defense is remarkable. But we're going to have a real conversation today about Bo Nix.
Oh.
We have to.
Bring it, dude. Bring the
While
fire,
we do that real quick, though, you guys, wipe them feet, get those likes up. Also, hit that subscribe button on all channels. Ben, let them know where to follow you real quick if they don't know yet.
Yeah, man, hit me up on Sports Talk Denver. I actually saw a bunch of your people pop up. There he is. I wanted to say it, and I didn't know how to say it, but he popped onto my live, and it was like really cool. How do you say
this
it?
Is my guy. I mean, he's one of the mods over here. When I popped in, I seen you with your son. I seen 2-4 in the comment section. Look, man, this is my guy. I mean, when I tell you that we're family over here, we're family over here. And if I say your family, he's gonna go over there and ride with you.
Yeah, man, that was really cool to see him on there.
Even though we're rooting against you.
Oh,
Salute to 2-4, man. Darcy, to quote Shaq, tell me how last place tastes.
100%.
Talk 2-4. Talk.
Yeah.
You love it. Let's get these supers in while we wait for Darcy. He was driving back, coincidentally, you guys, from Arrowhead right now, which is actually funny because they're in preparation for the Philadelphia Eagles.
Another loss. Yep.
Ooh, if they start off 0-2.
Oh, dude, we're going to have the best week ever, dude.
Yes. Salute to Soul Chef. Remember when Sean Payton said the sophomore slump was made up by the media and it's not real? Then Bo Nix comes out the gate making Trevor Siemian look like an all-pro. Only one game, but he stunk. Soul Chef, you know what? Let's just start there because the Broncos, regardless of anything, at home, Tennessee Titans, week 1 against a rookie quarterback. That offense struggled mightily against that number 1 defense. I mean, that defense is for real, Ben. I have nothing bad to say about the defensive side of the football. But offensively, man, the one thing was you guys got the ground game going a little bit. The pass catchers, a little nasty out there with those receivers and Bo Nix. I mean, you go out there, you beat Tennessee. You could have beat them by more. I know Sean Payton. I see some people out there crying, saying that he was trying to pat a stat pad for Bo Nix at the end of the game, trying to give him another touchdown, which I definitely disagree with. I understood where they were, on the field at that point. And they said, you know what, we're going to go for it, regardless of anything. I get it. But 20-12, Bo Nix goes out there, has to throw the football a ton. Again, Ben, those 40 times, 25 for 40, 176. He did have a touchdown, but he also had 2 picks to go with that.
And a fumble.
Yes, and a fumble. He was sacked once, had a QBR of 19.2. But he did
19 point. Oh,
yeah, 19.2 was a really, really rough day for Bo Nix. Had 8 carries as well for 18 yards. Offensively, man, what's going on in your mind right now? They struggled against, and mind you, Tennessee is a really bad team, but defensively, they always seem to be a really formidable opponent defensively. So I'm not going to take anything away from them and what they did defensively, but Bo Nix struggled.
Yeah. So much. We don't even need Darcy, bro. We're going to just, oh, wow. Just as we say, oh man,
hi guys.
We don't even need him. Wow.
How we doing?
Can we just dunk on you? Darce, how does it feel to be is that a Make America Great hat?
It's a Chiefs hat. It's actually a division winner hat. You guys wouldn't know for about what, 8-9 years?
Well, you're not going to know it this year, so enjoy it for the next couple of weeks.
I still feel pretty confident.
Well, I can't wait to.
This is always some planted. Like Darcy, you had this plan, bro. We knew what you were doing. You're gonna put the hat on and and act as though week 1 doesn't mean anything. And you know what? I'm happy that you came in while we're talking about Denver. We're going to talk about the Broncos first.
Yeah.
Even though we wanted to talk about, you guys, the only team in the division that took an L week 1. But
it feels so good.
Yeah, it feels so good.
Yeah.
But and they're going to be 0-2 here very soon as well, Ben.
We'll see.
So, but we'll talk about this team offensively. Defensively, once again, the Broncos were all over the place. I mean, everywhere. I mean, Hufanga balled out for you guys. He's healthy, 10 total tackles, 7 solo. Yeah, Riley Moss was out there doing his thing, 2 pass defense. I mean, Nick Bonito got to the quarterback.
The Nick Bonito Darcy called a regression coming for, and he had a career.
It's one game,
bro.
It is one game.
You said like you guys aren't gonna have 63 sacks. We're on pace for 110, bro. So there's no regression coming for this defense.
I feel sick. I feel sick.
Dude,
6
what?
sacks.
It's real, bro. This is real football, Darcy.
You think they're gonna have 106 sacks?
No, I don't think that, but there's no freaking regression, which is what you said. And there is a Rashee Rice suspension, which you said isn't going to happen. So I don't know if I want to listen to anything you say, Dars.
We'll see what happens.
We'll
see. We're going to start with being here.
Yeah.
What happened offensively out there in Denver week 1? Once again, you kind of expect some teams to come out the gate and struggle. It's been a long off season. There's a few new moving pieces out there on both sides of the ball. Go ahead, man. Take over, man. How'd that game roll for you guys?
Okay, so first thing is that the Tennessee Titans had a top 2 defense last year when it came to yards allowed per game, and they did that all last season without Snead, and Snead was there. So I think the first point is like that is a good defense by metrics. Like Google it, bro. I'm telling you facts, Darcy. You got that smirk on your face with your Make America Great hat again, but that's a good defense. And like look at what they did to the Houston. Like they held a lot of teams to not a lot of points. Okay. Yeah. So that's the first thing I'll say. Secondly, if all I did all offseason long was tell you guys how much better than at Madden football than you were, and that like I'm gonna score 70 points on you, and we finally sit down to start playing Madden, and it doesn't go like I want it to go, I'm going to start like trying to like press, right? And all Sean Payton did all offseason was talk about how Bo Nix was a top 5 quarterback. And in the first half of that game, you could tell he was pressing. Like he was feeling his oats and he wanted to run Bo's numbers up. And that's the thing that frustrated all of us because we ended up with 150 yards rushing. Yeah. We did not run the ball in the first half. And Bo Nix was on pace for 50 throws in that game. And Sean Payton fell on his sword and said, like, that was on me. Kind of on Bo at the same time that a lot of the runs early in the game were RPOs that Bo checked out of and threw. And so I have never seen play action passes where like they know like you're going to throw the ball. And so Bo had guys in his face every time, not making excuses, but just telling you why I don't think a sophomore slump is coming. And I think Bo is going to bounce back from this. And I'm not worried about it still. If this happens again next week, I'm going to be worried. But that second half of the game, dude, we see RJ Harvey rip off a bigger run than we've had in Denver since freaking Latavius Murray.
Yeah.
So I just think Sean Payton was pressing. And I think that because we all thought it watching it. And one of my favorite beat reporters tweeted out, like, if all you do is tell Kay Adams all offseason long that you have a top 5 quarterback, you want to prove to all your friends in the national media, which are all his boys after working at Fox, that you were right. And I think he checked himself and he fell on his sword for that. So if it happens again, I'll be pressing the panic button, but I'm not yet.
Both
Sean Payton. Sorry, go ahead.
Oh, no. Go ahead, Darce.
I was just going to say, does Sean Payton have the biggest ego in the division by 100 yards?
Yeah,
probably.
He does for sure. Oh, I'm not even doubting that. And I like it.
Yeah. I mean, that's clear. That's clear. Yeah. I mean, Bo Nix went out there and threw the football once again, 40 times. And they had 151 yards on the ground. So, I mean,
I think we had a bigger yards average rushing the ball than we did passing. And all of that happened in the second half, all of it. So
you guys averaged 7 in the air per reception, and you averaged 5 altogether rushing wise. But you put in Bo Nix stats there and it kind of ruffles the numbers, right? But I mean, RJ Harvey averaged 11.7 a clip, definitely had a 50 yarder.
But take that 50 out of it. And I'm not, and you can't happen. No, you can't. But I think the bigger overall sample size of them running the football, you guys had to sign the dwarf from Kansas State earlier today. So clearly there's some stuff going on in Denver with the running game.
Bro, I'm pumped about him, dude. He's like,
Yeah.
I mean,
His
Sean
short
Payton
little
said he has
stubby
the
legs.
future Jeremy Shockey. He's got the future Michael Thomas, and now he's got the
Okay.
future Darren Sproles. Like
Well,
Sean Payton said it. It's gonna happen.
He did say that, but I have to.
Gosh.
This is the thing. Don't get lost in the ground game, Sean Payton. Once again, this is where that ego comes in that Darcy's talking about. RJ Harvey has 6 carries for 70 yards, right? He's a rookie. First action playing against a tough defense in Tennessee. J.K. Dobbins goes out there, 16 carries, has 63 yards, averages almost 4 a clip, also had a touchdown. Like, feed these guys. Feed the guys that you already have on this roster. Like, I don't understand why he always feels like he has to have these 4, 5, 6 running backs, and then he never really commits to any of them. If you take a running back in the second round, then you want to feed Harvey. Like, Dobbins is a guy who's been really good, but has been really, really injured a ton. So RJ Harvey should be your bell cow. He should be your workhorse. I mean, look at it. 6 carries, 70. I know he ripped one off for 50, but it happened. So I don't know why you went out and got Rico. I don't get it. But, you know, I got to give some credit, man. Cortland Sutton had a big game, targeted 9 times, had 6 catches, 61 yards, had a touchdown, averaged 10.2 a clip. Troy Franklin, man, showed some life.
Yep. I told you guys all off like that. He switched his number back, and Darcy said that's not going to happen. He looked freaking amazing. And
how many yards did he have?
He had 4 for 44.
Yeah.
So on 6 targets. I mean, he was a second leading receiver.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But it was just more first half. He was the highlight of the first half. And then second half, we started running the ball, and it was like we looked unstoppable. For the Broncos, essentially, to have 6 turnovers and still win that game by 8 points with, you know, we could have kicked a 54-yarder, and Sean Payton went on it on 4th and 8, kind of to ice that game there at the end. But really, you're like, that's an 11-point swing. And I know all week, and I think it was actually Graphk, you said, or maybe it was Darcy, you said this is a no-win situation for us. Like, if we win, we're going to get no credit. If we lose, we're going to get lambasted. And I think everybody felt that, and they were pressing. And I've had so many times in my life where I've talked something up, and then it's you just end up trying to make it happen and manifest it. And I think Sean Payton learned his lesson. I hope he did, or we are going to be in trouble.
Jimmy, this is a great question right here, because, you know, what's going on with Jimmy Graham 2.0? I mean, should I drop him, you know, to pick up Kyle Pitts or stash him?
Yeah, how did he turn the game? Actually, I have no idea.
He
3 catches. He had 3 catches for
looked great, but we don't know what's up. He got calf injury, which is also something you guys called. So
3 for 21. He was targeted 4 times.
Yep.
A long of 10. I mean, it's not, he didn't have a bad game by any means, but once again, he did go down with an injury.
It was right before half. So yeah. So we'll see what happens with that. He looked, I mean, and man, just not
better than Travis Kelce. Yeah.
Well,
not better than Brock Bowers, but, you know,
same thing. I think I can't wait to hear what's up with Brock and his knee and stuff like that too. So so we're worried about what's going on with Evan Ingram for sure. And then, that defensive performance though it's just what I think we're going to see all season. And I just trust Bo to return to the norm and not to have the sophomore slump. But again, if this happens again, guys, next week at this time, I promise you, if this happens in Indy, I'll tell you I'm worried.
Indy looked really good against Miami. This is the thing. And it was funny is if you guys actually look at the tape with Cam Ward, some of that tape looked really, really good.
He's going to be good.
He's going to be like a really good
Calvin Ridley just turned into who? I don't even know.
He's dropping.
Catch the ball.
Yeah, there was a ton of drops. I mean, but he was 12 for 28. He had no touchdowns. He had no picks. Could you imagine, Darcy, you go from Miami, you know, being a Hurricane, you're the #1 pick, and the first defense that you face is the Denver Broncos. Like, and you look at these weapons that he has, right? And you're like, how am I going to get it done with Tony Pollard, who almost had to run the ball 20 times? He had 60 yards. They had 71 yards on the ground combined, and they ran the ball 21 times. They averaged 3.4 a clip. And then receiving wise, it was just ugly. 112. Tony Pollard was their leading receiver
too. Yep.
He had 29 yards. It was on 1 target. But other than that, Ridley 4 for 27. I mean, Gunnar Helm 1 for 16. Chig 3 for 19. This was just a great performance by the Denver defense. Darcy, did you get a chance to see, you know, that side of the football?
Yeah, no, I thought Denver looked good on defense. Here's the thing, and it kind of ties into the super chat. There's this thing called week 1 overreactions, and I think that making a super decisive statement on what your team looks like after week 1 is foolish, good or bad. Like, you shouldn't get too high or too low on what happens in week 1. I think it takes I mean, I'd say 3 or 4 games to kind of really understand, like, okay, what is going on? Because listen, guys weren't even hitting each other in the preseason. Half the guys don't even play in the preseason anymore. So I do think that, yeah, you need to win the games that are on your schedule, but I'm not coming out of this game. I could blast Denver's offense. I'm not going to do that. It's week 1. Like, you can't get too high or too low, depending on what happens in week 1.
Yeah, no, I agree with you. And once again, I mean, look, all that matters is they escape with a dub. But I know that, and I think Ben will agree here that coming off of that massive year you guys had last year, you don't want to see you facing literally the worst team in football week 1, and they're in it until pretty much the end of the game. You know what I mean? And you're facing a rookie quarterback, and, they only have Spears is out for, I believe, the first 4 weeks or something like that. He's on the IR. So, like, they really only had one running back out there, Tony Pollard, to have to run the football over and over and over. So, I mean, once again, you escape with a dub. Got to give you guys that, but that offense needs to pick it up. Yeah. And Bo Nix needs to get it together because that QBR is nasty.
That I didn't realize it was that low.
Yeah, 19.2. It only makes it look better because Cam Ward's was a 7.3. So, you know what I mean? But 25.
There were some special throws, though. Like, that's the reason that I'm not panicking more was that, it wasn't good. It wasn't good enough to – I think if our offense looks like that all season, we'll be 7 wins.
Yeah. Keep that same energy when we talk about the Chiefs. That's all I'm going to say.
Well, we're about to get there here in a second, but I have to say this. Once again, I'm going to have the same argument that I had last year on our former show. He has to find a way to not have Bo Nix throw the football 40-plus times a damn game because mistakes will be made. He's still really, really young. And, yes, he had a really good offseason and got with Drew Brees and all that good stuff. But once again, you can't have this kid going out there throwing the football 40 times, especially when the ground game is rolling. Like,
Graphk, you said that last year after that first Seattle game before I think any of us in Denver had even realized it. And then it became the Denver talking point. But props to both of you guys because I think what you're saying is what all the Denver media is saying too.
Yeah. Look, he threw the football more than Geno Smith. He threw the ball 34 times. He threw the ball more than Justin Herbert. He threw the ball 34 times. Mahomes had 1 less rep. He had 39, but he is throwing the football more than every other quarterback.
Well, I'll tell you what, we're gonna talk about that. They need to stop that. So
Okay. You know what? Anything else with the Denver situation?
No, I'm just pumped for this defense because I think the other cool part is just that Dre Greenlaw sounds like he's going to start practicing again this week and could be available on week 2 against Indy, and then definitely will be back for that Chargers game. So to do that without arguably your second best player on defense, and then also Malcolm Roach, who's one of our incredible run stuffers. He's right next to Zach Allen usually on those first and second downs. So to hold Pollard to 3 yards a clip without one of your best defensive linemen and your starting inside linebacker just makes me hyped for the rest of the season.
I'm going to get this super in real quick. And real quick, Darcy, I'm going to get one Bronco comment in as well. Salute the Bronco Fanatic 97.
Let's go,
Darcy,
Fanatic.
To sit there and act all nonchalant and say it's one game. All games count in the NFL. To channel our brother wasted talent. Get the F out of here with that crap.
Yes, get out of here, Darcy.
You guys would have been saying it's just one game too if you lost.
We didn't lose because we're at the top of the freaking AFC West right now. And who's at the bottom?
You're tied with us in the chart.
Screenshot it. Screenshot it. Have your parades. Have your celebrations. It won't last long.
I'm going to clip this thing up top early on the next show, you guys, and minimize it. So,
dude, then you said it. This looks nasty in a good way, dude. I like it.
Kind of clean, man. Salute to Bronco Fanatic. I think every time Bo Nix has had 40 or more pass attempts in the game, Denver's lost most of them.
Wow.
And see, once again, that's what you do not want to have your young quarterback out there doing, throwing the ball constantly when you have some competent running backs. You know what I mean? Like Sean Payton needs to understand, man, that you have to protect your young fella. You have to protect him. You know what I mean? And once he starts hearing that outside noise, it can definitely affect his game. So we'll see. Let's get to, what was it, the Friday night game?
Best game of the week. My goodness.
The Brazilian butt lifts.
Oh, that was incredible. Did you love it? Like, were you just in your element? I was smiling ear to ear that whole time.
I would have loved it more if it wasn't the Chargers. You know what I mean? So it's like bittersweet. It's like, yes, the Chiefs lost, but shit, they lost to the Chargers. But you know what? We don't have a Charger representative, and they've never won anything before anyway. So guess what? We're going to go ape shit on our arrogant little brother, Michael Darcy, right now. How do you feel about this game? Friday night, the big lights. You go out there, man, and lose to this, Los Angeles Chargers 27-21. Offensively, I have to say this. Patrick Mahomes was in his bag. 258 yards passing, 1 touchdown, didn't have 1 turnover. He was sacked twice. He also ran the football effectively. He led you guys in rushing yards, 6 carries for 57 yards. Also had a touchdown on the ground to go with that, along of 15 on the ground. Herbert was out there flinging that thing. I think there's only 3 other quarterbacks that had more yards passing to him, and we'll talk about one of them here in a second as I pop my shit.
I think I know who it is.
Yeah, Herbert, 25 for 34, 318 yards, 3 touchdowns, 0 picks. You guys did get to him 3 times. The ground game really wasn't flowing for the Chargers. Honestly, the rook, Marion Hampton, 15 carries. He had 48 yards on the ground. He averaged 3.2 a clip. But I have to say this, as a rookie, he was blocking effectively.
Yeah.
He was all over the place. I like when they were on the football field offensively, it seemed like Hampton was everywhere. Herbert ran the ball 7 times for 32 yards. Only had 90 yards on the ground. So the Chiefs definitely defended the run game really good. But in the passing game, things looked a little different. They had Quentin Johnston looking very TCU-ish, Darcy. 5 receptions, 79 yards, 2 touchdowns.
The ball.
Yeah, he did. He definitely did. Lab McConkey, 6 touches for 74 yards. He was all over the place. Even Keenan Allen got into the party. He made 7 catches. He led them in catches for 68 yards with 318 yards in the air. We'll get to the offense here in a minute, Darcy, but what in the hell happened to your guys' defense? And what happened to Spags and company? What's going on?
Well, I think the biggest thing, and you saw it, I watched a little bit of the All-22, and there was actually that Keenan Allen touchdown, or maybe it was the Quentin Johnston one. There was a lot of miscommunication on who had who, and I think that's kind of to be expected on a week 1 game. They're still trying to get a handle on, the defense. A lot of young guys back there. You let Justin Reed walk in free agency, so they've got a lot of guys on the back end of that defense that, like Christian Fulton, they're trying to find their footing in the defense. And so with the miscommunication stuff, I think the secondary will get better. I think it just takes a little bit of time. I will say this. The pass rush does concern me a little bit.
Yes.
Because outside of Chris Jones, I got a lot of shit for saying this back at the time. I thought they overpaid for George Karlaftis.
Yeah.
I thought that he wasn't worth it. Personally, I think there's a George Karlaftis in every single draft. I mean, maybe that's selling him short.
I agree.
I think you can find those guys in the first round of every single draft. And I didn't think that the pass rush was very good in this game. And I think that is why the DBs struggled also, because, you had these guys all this day or all this time back to throw. And the Chargers wide receivers were high school open. I mean, we could have completed passes in those windows.
Crazy, like insane to see how open these guys were, like constantly.
Well, and that was frustrating because it was like, you knew that Herbert was going to find a receiver open, and our defensive line just couldn't get any pressure. And I think part of that could have been an effort thing. I think a lot of the issues also stem around not having as much talent on that defensive line, but they also weren't catastrophic last year, and you brought everybody back. I think this is just one of those things that, you kind of know what you have. They're not going to be great. They just can't play like that. And I think they understand that. Andy Reid's been very brief with the media this week so far. Just kind of like, yep, we know we got mistakes that we got to correct. Yeah. That's it. Like he gets pissed when he loses. But
I have to say this though. I like the second level of your defense a lot. Like you guys paid Nick Bolton a ton of money. He went out there, had 8 total tackles, 6 solo, but the guy for me was Drew Tranquil. He went out there and absolutely cooked. 5 total tackles, 4 solo, 2 sacks, 2 tackles for a loss, 2 QB hits. And I seen him getting into it a little bit with one of your leaders there on the defensive side of the ball. Chris Jones. I love that shit. Like I love it. Like to me, he looks like a leader on that defensive side of the football, and he had a really, really good game. But once again, you're right. I mean, how many times did they get to the quarterback? They got to him 3 times, right?
And I don't even know who had the 3rd sack.
It might have been Drew had 2. He had 2.
But
and then
we got to him 3. I don't know who that third one was.
It was Karlaftis. He was the one that had
it
the other
was?
one. Yeah.
Well, then that was a cheap sack then because he was dog shit. And in fact, we were looking at the PFF pass rush grades. He was like 8 on the list.
Yeah.
He was horrible. Like, and I think he'd be the first one to tell you that. And I'll say this. If the Chiefs offense and specifically Patrick Mahomes didn't look the way that they did, I would be a lot more concerned going into week 2. Yeah. You know, you saw Xavier Worthy get knocked out on the first fucking offensive series of the season, nasty, which sucks. Yeah. And we're kind of still trying to find out when he's going to come back. Andy Reid said, that's not what he said. He said, we're going to take this day by day. Okay. And everyone's like, oh, he's day to day. He's not going to play for a couple weeks. I wouldn't be surprised if they put him on IR for like 4 weeks.
I thought that it was already like a foregone conclusion that they were heading towards that direction.
I think he will be on IR in the next couple days.
He's a little dude, man. Trav ran into him heavy.
Yeah. Well, if you just watch it too, like, I mean, he got leveled. And this is something, I mean, it's kind of similar to what Hollywood Brown suffered last year in the preseason with like a shoulder injury. His thing just came completely out. Yeah. And you could even see the trainer on the sideline mouthing like, this isn't good. Yeah. So that sucks. And I think part of the reason the Chiefs offense looks so rough in the first half is because I think Xavier Worthy
was in the game plan, dude. Yeah,
he was going to be the game plan. Yeah. And so when you lose that, it's really difficult. But I thought Patrick Mahomes, man, I thought he looked great. Now, he might not have won. And you know, he did struggle at points in the first half, but I thought he looked fantastic, and that was a huge sign. Now, I'll say this. I think Denver and Kansas City have a lot in common, and specifically in the running game. I don't know why our head coaches abandon the run. I don't know why they just don't like to do it. Pacheco had 5 carries.
Yeah.
And I think he had like 25 yards.
Yep.
I'm not an Isaiah Pacheco believer. I think he's gone after this year. I think you need someone that is explosive and good. The Chiefs don't have someone that can consistently run the rock. So it's like, hey, Pat, go out there and basically play hero ball and will us to victory. And I think they get caught up in that mindset because it's worked for the past 3 or 4 seasons. It has worked extremely well. But guess what? There's levels to this, and eventually you just got to help him. Yeah. And part of it doesn't help that you're losing wide receivers due to injury and suspension. And if those guys come back, it might look different, but you can't run the football. And when you can't do that, it puts so much pressure on your quarterback. And I think that's why both Denver and Kansas City struggled in the first half.
Yeah. Give Mahomes some love. But once again, you're right. Outside of those 6 carries from Mahomes, they only ran the football 11 times between Kareem Hunt, Pacheco, and Xavier Worthy. He had 1 run as well. We all know what happened. Give some flowers to Hollywood Brown. He had a big game, 10 catches, almost 100 yards. And the kid, Tyquan Thornton, man, went out there, 2 catches, 41 yards. Hey, that's your speedster. That's going to be the guy that you guys can hopefully probably turn into like that Dante Thornton Jr. kind of player that we have. You know what I mean? Like, I know he hasn't really gotten it done up to this point, but he looks like he's found a home in Kansas City.
He already had a career long in reception in that first game. And with Xavier Worthy out, buddy, it's you. You're the only one that's going to be running straight down the field. I think the question is, can the Chiefs get enough from Hollywood Brown and Juju Smith-Schuster to make defenses pull up, and so Thornton is, available downfield? Yeah. I think, you gave credit to Hollywood Brown. I'm not trying to talk shit. I'll say this. He catches the ball and he falls over. For a guy that has that kind of speed, I understand the injury issues. Run with the football. Like,
that's very Tyler Lockett-ish.
Dude, it pissed me off because it was like, he falls short of the sticks too. So it's like, you didn't help us there.
Yeah. Before we get to Ben, because I definitely want to hear what he has to say about this game. Give me some we faced them Monday night, Legion Stadium, Pete Carroll's 74th birthday, first game at Allegiant Stadium. Give me some concerns that you may have for my Raiders facing that Chargers team that you guys just faced.
I'll tell you what, your defense is going to get shredded. I mean, I'm talking like shredded.
After giving up 13 points, right?
To New England, yeah.
I'm just speaking facts.
To New England, yes.
It's gonna be a shootout for sure. It's gonna be a shootout.
I think it's gonna be a close game. I mean, division games are always close.
Yeah.
I think the biggest thing that surprised me about the Chargers, we all thought they're gonna run the ball, they're gonna run the ball, they're gonna run the ball, and they're like, no, we're gonna throw this bitch, and they went out there and they did that. And so I think whatever you guys think they're gonna do, they're probably gonna do the opposite. And listen, it's gonna be close. It's a divisional game. Chargers look good, man. They looked really good.
They did. Ben, how you feel about this game out there in Brazil, brother?
Oh, dude, it's like Darcy's kind of sad and like, so it's hard to dunk on him. But, dude, this is what we told you. You have paid all of this money to aging superstars, and it is going to catch up, and the dynasty's over. And I know I don't want anyone overreacting on the Broncos, but this is what we've all been saying all offseason. This is why so many people came out and said,
"Don't do it to my team, but your team is stunned."
No,
I get it.
We have the evidence. Like, this started in the Super Bowl, and what have you, like, all the stuff you said that you did? We told you your defensive line was garbage, and that, like, you have Chris Jones and a bunch of 37-year-olds on that team. We told you Karlaftis wasn't good. That's not changing.
Even true. They're all young. That's the issue. They're all young and not good.
Well,
so it's like,
well. I think by the time we were talking about, you still had Mike over there, right, on the defensive line.
Yeah, you still got a 35-year-old on there who's like, I mean, you lost.
Oh, Pinnell?
Yeah.
I wish we had Mike Pinnell. He was the highest graded run stuffer in week 1 out of all teams. They fucked up that one big time.
But
I'm still pissed on that.
Dude,
I'm still pissed on that.
You've got 63% of your salary cap going to 5 guys. It's not sustainable when they get old, and they're like, I am going to tell you, I wanted Patrick Mahomes to be done and to like have his career over. He looks great. But the beautiful thing about football is that it takes 11 guys on both sides of the ball, and you don't have it on your defense anymore. And Patrick Mahomes could go out and play hero ball when he was surrounded with talent and had a fantastic defense. Like, that's the thing. Like, he had that one year where he broke all those NFL records. And other than that, he's been bailed out a lot by that defense, which just doesn't scare anybody anymore. So I think your run's over, dude.
Do you know the last time the Chiefs lost their home opener?
To Detroit?
Yeah. You know what happened later that year?
Well, Detroit's a lot better team than.
Yeah, and they still won the Super Bowl.
Yeah. Well.
So, I mean, if you want to say that it's dead, if you want to say that it's over after week 1, you can do that.
You know what?
Hey, Graphk and I both are saying that.
Some facts are just unnecessary, Darcy.
I think it's because it hurts your feelings, but I don't know why anyone would think, oh, the division's up for. So with that logic, none of your teams are going to win the division. The Chargers are going to win the division.
Well, dude, I will say I was probably premature on my burying of the Chargers because that was the best I've ever seen Herbert look.
They look better than you guys.
Oh, dude, he looked incredible. I'll give it to the Chargers are scaring me now.
It's what? Guess what? The Chargers are still going to find a way to charge her. It's going to happen. It's a long season. Yeah. It's a long season of football.
Graphk, do you think that the Chiefs are going to win the AFC West?
I do not.
Let's go. And so
who wins it?
I don't know, but you guys don't.
Oh, okay.
You're not. No, bro. I'm telling you, you didn't look good, Darce.
I'll say this. Darcy,
you didn't look good either. You were playing the Titans. Here's the thing. I'm going to go on a little rant here. You guys have been so bad for so long. You play second and third place schedules. We play first place schedules. So when we got to play Philly week 2, Detroit week 4, Jacksonville on the road, the Commanders, you guys play the Titans and the Raiders and all the other shit teams. Sorry about that, Graphk, but you guys do not play the schedule that we do. You guys play a you didn't play a second place schedule. You guys play a third and a fourth place schedule.
Well, the NFL sure helped you out, and the Denver Broncos have a 50 have no. You got really unlucky, Graphk. Yours is the worst.
A playoff team week 2, and then we got to travel east again to face the Commanders.
You guys,
championship.
Denver objectively has an
easier
dude,
schedule. Look, you're gonna want to Google that right now, Darce, because
I don't need to. I know our schedule's harder. No. I don't even have to Google it.
Bro, we play almost all the way pro football works is we play almost all the exact same teams. So you want to look it up. Like, you have a 10th of a percentage, like your opponents were like a 0.55 win percentage last year's, and ours is a 0.52. It's not a big difference whatsoever. We got to play the Eagles this year. We got to play the Commanders. We got to play all of them. The NFL actually did help you out, and you have shorter, you play teams who on shorter rest weeks than anyone else in the division. So your schedule isn't that much tougher than ours, buddy.
And they took the home game away from the Chargers, right?
Yeah.
So that's like basically Chargers are back to back on the road.
How does giving us less time for a game help us?
No. I meant the other way around. You play teams on their short week more than anyone else in the NFL.
You do.
Year. And we play all those teams you just named, we play 2
games in 10 days.
Well, I'm telling you about this year. The Super Bowl hangover is a real thing. Like just listen to any of those guys on the San Francisco team about how it's demoralizing it is to lose a Super Bowl and how hard it is.
Because they lost to us twice. I would be sick too.
So Darcy, you still think you're going to win the AFC West? Like you can say that with a straight face.
I can say that very confidently. Now, if we want to talk Super Bowl, I'm not going to say that yet. I am very confident that we will win the division.
Hey, Ben, we can live with this, okay? Because Darcy, year after year, is slowly coming down from that high horse. So I'm cool with this. I'm okay with this. Real quick, salute to the almost 900 people here in the building, you guys. Get those likes up, whether you're watching on my channel or over on Darcy's channel. We appreciate you guys. And salute to everybody from Ben's community over here watching the show. Thank you guys so much for making this AFC West thing still go. If it wasn't for y'all, we would not be doing this every week. So make sure to keep showing up, man, and showing out. We appreciate you guys so much. Get those likes up. And also subscribe to all 3 channels, man. My guy, Ben Sports Talk Denver. Man, go subscribe to Darcy over there. And make sure to subscribe over here at OLV Raiders Network also. Let's get these supers in real quick before we finish up this Chiefs-Chargers game. Hug says, Mahomes showed up to the game. Rest of the team didn't, period. Y'all look like ish, Darcy. Keep it a buck. Look like y'all party too much with the BBLs prior to the game. That Brazilian ass has gotten many, many men. This is facts.
Do you guys know what the bus ride from the Chiefs hotel to the stadium was? It was 3.5 hours via bus.
Damn.
Did you not know that?
Do you know what Christian Wilkins used to do to guys on the bus?
On the bus?
Yeah, dude. He would just tickle their elmos. Just like, got him. So that's what he'd do.
We need a Tickle Me Elmo sound effect.
That'd be awesome.
And real quick, who was it? Somebody was sick the entire game. Wasn't it the new Mekhi
Becton, right? Yeah, dude. I was like, what? Because I was watching without sound, so I kept texting you guys. I'm like, what's up with Mekhi Becton?
He had some bad Brazilian food apparently, and he was in the hospital getting an IV. And I know he was in and out of the game, right?
No, that was you got duped there. I don't think it was anything with the rice and beans. I think he was just sick because I saw what you're talking about. That was a meme.
He put it on Instagram.
It was on Instagram, dude.
It was real.
No, he said He said never come to Brazil and eat the beans and rice.
Yep.
Oh man.
Yeah.
Yep.
So
and they still mollywopped you.
Yeah,
absolutely mollywopped.
Yeah, they didn't even need him. They didn't even need him. Yeah.
I hope all your guys have like food sickness now.
There you go. Yes. Salute to Snakefish. Yo, Graphk, teams may not use fullbacks. However, I noticed that Chip put Big Mike, our tight end, in the backfield to block for Genty. Fullback, tight end, blocker, same thing. I mean, Snakefish, look, you got to do what you got to do. There's only a few teams left in the NFL. I know the Niners consistently use a fullback. The Broncos, Baltimore does. You guys moved on from Carson Steele. Do you have another fullback on the roster?
No, in fact, Denver got our sloppy seconds. We had Mike Burton before you guys did.
Yeah, we love him. He's on IR, but yeah.
And historically, we've had a ton of fullbacks as well, but we're not carrying one right now. But yes, we definitely were putting Big Mike Mayer back there and trying to help get the ground game going because it was a rough day trying to run the football against the New England Patriots. They stacked that box up and they dared Geno to go out there and beat him.
And he did,
guys. He did. So let's get to the Raiders. My Raiders, 1-0, traveled out to New England. Early game on the East Coast. I was nervous, not because it's being the New England Patriots, but Josh McDaniels, it's like I know he wants to have a coming out party against the Raiders in week 1 against his former team, right? And we were talking about this on last week's show, you guys, a ton of former players, the Spillanes, the Chasons, a lot of guys from the Patriots play for the Raiders, and likewise, Jacoby Myers, Adam Butler, so on and so forth. Started off hot, you guys. That offense looked really, really good that first drive. That first scripted drive from Chip Kelly was phenomenal. a lot of people are trying to beat up on the young pup, Ashton Genty. He had a rough day trying to run a football. But look, there's only so much you can do when they stack the box up on you. The offensive line did not run block well at all. They were a lot better in pass pro. But Geno, 24 for 34, 362 yards in the air, averaged 10.5 a clip. Had a nice touchdown to Trey Tucker in the back of the end zone in the first quarter, and then threw a nasty pick trying to get to Brock Bowers with like 4 people around him. It was kind of nasty, but, look, I'll let Geno live. He's a gunslinger. This is what happens with guys that like to throw the football around.
I didn't even think that was actually that bad, dude, because it was it was tipped by the one guy, and then the guy behind Brock caught it. So I think that was more fluky than I was blown away by Geno. Truly, I really was.
He looked good. QBR 62.8. He was sacked 4 times, 2 carries for 10 yards. Once again, the ground game was non-existent. We had 56 yards on the ground. Genty had 19 carries for 38 yards, averaging 2 a clip, but he did have his first touchdown of his career. New England couldn't run the football, which was great. And it was a rainy day, you guys. Like, I was actually shocked that we committed to the passing game the way that we did because the weather was so bad. But New England couldn't run the football. They had 60 yards on 18 carries. We kept Trayvon Henderson under 30 yards, Ramondre Stevenson under 20 yards. So our run defense was phenomenal. Drake May had to throw the ball more than Bo Nix been, 30 for 46. He almost threw the football 50 times because, once again, couldn't get the run game going. 287 in the air. He had a touchdown. He had a pick. He was sacked 4 times. Our defense was definitely putting a ton of pressure on him. Brock had a big game, sat out, a lot at the end of the fourth quarter. He landed on his knee kind of weird on a big gain on the boundary. There was a ton of concern in Raider Nation, and rightfully so. He's our best player on the offensive side of the ball. He's okay. He had a few interviews and spoke to a few people. I believe even Palacero after the game and said that he was okay. It was precautionary. So it sounds like that knee injury is not going to keep him out of the game for Monday night. Once again, I do believe that Pete Carroll will do the limited all week long because, play some mind games with Harbaugh. You don't never want to show your left hand what your right hand is doing. But we lost our middle linebacker, Landon Roberts. It looks like he sprained his elbow. But our linebacking core looked good, you guys, like really good. Jamal Adams was out there balling. Devin White was phenomenal.
Yeah, he was.
Phenomenal. 11 total tackles, 8 solo, a tackle for a loss. He was in on every single play, man. And another guy, Caillou Blue Kelly. I know you guys are not familiar with this dude. Most people aren't. Las Vegas kid, former Baltimore Ravens, I think 5th or 6th round pick. He looked really good out there. 9 total tackles, 7 solo. He looks like our cornerback 1 right now. And that's a little nerve-wracking, but he looked really good out there. Also, the wide receivers, Jacoby, big game, 8 catches, 97 yards, averaged 12.1 a clip, had a long of 24. Trey Tucker had a big game. Dante Thornton, 2 for 45. What'd you guys see with this game? We'll start with Ben because I know you were texting a ton and watching this game very closely. What did you think about Raiders Patriots?
Yeah. So many, I watched New England in the preseason quite a bit, and they're back into believing they were going to make the playoffs, and so that crowd was absolutely hyped. Like you said, a rainy day, you're flying pretty much the furthest flight you can do in a game. You're going 11 a.m. start time Mountain, everything that you would think would
flight.
Well, yeah, but you're in the same time zone, bro. This is when a lot of dudes wake up. I thought for sure you were going to have a way harder time, and I thought it was going to be a shootout. Your defense, man, looked great, and
yeah,
it sounds like from training camp and preseason, the Patriots were up on this offense. They thought it was good, and so yeah, man, Geno looked like he could be in the conversation for a top 10 quarterback, which I never thought I would say.
Very accurate, Ben. Did you see that play where he rolled left
and threw between 3 dudes
and then shifted his body and threw the ball on the right side to Michael Mayer for a big first down? The accuracy was on full display. The deep ball, I think he had 9 passes for over 20 yards. That's insane. I believe it was some type of record that hasn't happened with the Raiders for a while, but 9 times, big plays. You know what I mean? That's what you want to see. I believe, I'm trying to look. Trey had a long of 24 or 28. That was a touchdown. A long of 36 for Dante Thornton. A long for Brock Bowers of 38. And then who else? 23 for Jack Besh.
Yeah, Besh, yeah.
A ton. He was just out there flinging that thing, man. He looked really good. And right now he's up there at the top of the list in the NFL after week 1 in passing yards. So, the defense was surprisingly really, really good out there. The corners did their thing. The second level of the defense looked good. There were still some issues with leaving the middle of the football field open, though. I don't know why, but Booty had a game of his career.
Oh, yeah. That was, and he spells it weird, right? Like,
yeah.
Okay.
We're gonna call him ass. We're gonna call him Booty, but he had 103 yards. He averaged 17.2 with 6 catches on 8 targets. Like, that's nasty. And we let Henry eat a little bit too with 4 receptions for 66 yards. And then we kept Diggs really quiet until the end of the game. And he got a couple catches. He ended up with 57 yards. But I think, and then the defense, once again, New England scored like 3 in some garbage time at the end of the game. So we kept them at 10 points until late in the fourth quarter. Defense looked good.
Yeah.
Tyree Wilson with a pick. Tyree Wilson with a sack. Malcolm Kuntz with a sack. Jonah Lalu, another Vegas guy from the area with a sack, and then Max Crosby with one as well. And he was all over the place. Max was vicious. He was creating chaos all over the place. Darcy, how you feel about this game, brother?
I mean, I thought it was a good win. I picked you guys to win before the week started. Listen, the Patriots were one of the worst teams in football last year.
And we were too.
And you guys were too. And so it's hard for me to get a real grasp on what you guys are yet. Because, again, it's week 1. Like, it's so early on.
Yeah.
I think that you kind of went out there, and for the first time in probably over a year, you handled business. Like, so congratulations for that. Like, you actually went out and beat a team that I thought you were better than. And so, going forward, you can stack on that and try to continue building wins, but you turn around and you play the Chargers. And I don't know what the rest of your schedule looks like, but I'm sure you're going to have more tough games on there. So we'll see what happens. I mean, you're better coached. You've got more talent. You've got an adult at quarterback. And so I think, you guys are playing good football right now. We'll see what you guys look like against, another team. Now, I'll say this. Let's say I want to ask you a question. Let's say that you look good next week. You beat the Chargers. You're 2-0.
Yeah.
Is this when the hopium starts to hit like crack?
No.
You've got – okay, well, I know your fan base probably thinks differently, but at what point do you
Commanders week 3. You're flying out there and you're facing a team that was in the NFC Championship last year. Jaden Daniels, that defense looked really good week 1 against that terrible Giants team. Yeah. But if we can beat the Chargers and then go out there on the road and travel far east again and beat the Commanders, look, bro, I'm turning into Ben. My optimism is going to be through the roof, bro. I'm telling you, I am the new Ben after that, bro. I'm telling you now.
So 3 games is all it takes.
Look, if you can go 3-0 on the road against the Pats and the Commanders and beat the Chargers Monday Night Football, with Jim Harbaugh and company, and if Herbert's playing the way he's playing last week, and we can still find a way to beat him, hell yeah. Yeah. Okay. I'm not going to say that we're gonna go out and win the Super Bowl, but we're going to make a case this year to be a team that could be potentially a playoff football team.
I already think you're. I heard from several national podcasts that thought that Raiders Patriots game was for the 7th seed, essentially. Like, and
I've
obviously,
seen Richard Sherman say it. I've seen a few teams say it. And once again, it's 1 week.
What do you think other teams? So, I think you're overhyping Genty not doing well, because I think they said we're going to stop the run and make Geno beat us with his arm, and he did. And so, I think you have a coach
who fine though.
Yeah, I think then next time, I think the Chargers are gonna be like, we're not gonna let them throw the ball like that on us, and so then they aren't gonna stack the box, and then Genty will eat. So I think you're on the ball. Yeah,
they're gonna hear all the noise about the 2 first-round guys in Hampton and Ashton Genty that both really couldn't get it going week 1. They're gonna run the football. We're indoors. It's not rainy and all that other stuff. Geno is gonna get his issue too, but Genty is going to run the football. Jim Harbaugh and Pete Carroll love to run the ball, especially when they're looking at each other across from the sideline. They're going to say, my guy is better than your guy, and they're going to challenge each other, and I'm here for it. So, but once again, if we can find a way, even if we beat the Chargers and go to DC and play a close game, I'm still all in. I think that this team could potentially make some noise, honestly.
So I think, okay, my question for both of you. I mean, Ben thinks his team's going to win the division. He thought that last year.
Mm-hmm.
You are indecisive on who's going to win the division. You just don't think it's going to be the Chiefs. At what point would you maybe concede that? Do we have to go and beat you guys again?
What do you mean?
Like, do we need to beat you in the head-to-head for you to be like, oh, okay, I lose?
That we're a bad team? Is that what you're trying to say?
No, to win the division. Like, you both think the Chiefs are going to win the division.
Let me tell you something. I'm not going to be the guy that's look, I'm telling y'all right now, I am committing to not saying anything about my team winning the division. I just want to win games. I think this, if Denver's offense can find a way to match up that defense somehow, some way, even get closer to what they did last year offensively, they can win that division. If the Chargers can consistently, if Herbert can look like that all year long,
yeah,
they can win this division. I still don't really trust their defense, but hey, man, those teams can both make their cases to win this division. Darcy, that defense needs to show up in Kansas City, bro. Look, Spags is a phenomenal defensive mind. But once again, you kind of hit the nail on the head. Like, they may not just have the talent on that side of the ball. Look,
just
there's only so much coach can do.
The pass rush.
But that's where it starts. Everything
and then McDuffie, who you can't pay anymore. Like, that's what I'm saying.
He's going to get extended.
Well, that's not the smart way to do it. The smart way to do it is like to re-sign guys ahead of time, like the Broncos did 3 times this season or this offseason and 2 times last offseason, and get hometown discounts. And when you said ownership doesn't matter, having the biggest cash owning owner does matter. And our players who you said we shouldn't have re-signed, we did, and it aged really well.
Ownership matters. I don't think in a salary cap league being the richest doesn't really matter. All these guys have a shit ton of money. So it's kind of like, I don't think that really
you got to put, when you do a long-term extension like that, you got to throw all the money.
Yeah, I know.
In escrow, exactly. And you'll get that when you turn 13. You'll learn about those stars, but it does matter. And,
and 2 years from now.
Real quick, let's spend the last 10 minutes of the show, you guys, talking about next week. I know the chat wants to get caught up there, but I want to throw out a few facts out there. Right now, Brock Bowers leading the league in terms of tight ends, receiving yards, 103. I have to get Travis Kelce credit. He had a big game out there in Brazil. He looked really good.
He's no Evan Ingram, I'll tell you that.
Yeah, he's no Evan Ingram. Brock isn't either, but we'll get there one day. Passing yards wise, Geno is second in the league right now after week 1 with 362, only behind Josh Allen, who had a crazy comeback win against the Baltimore Ravens. And then also, I wanted to throw this out there. Also, defensively, according to PFSN, the highest graded NFL defenses from week 1. Broncos, number 1, 93.3. The Raiders were number 5, I believe, with 81.2. So both of our defenses definitely showed up week 1. So, hey, man, look, I know that there's 3 teams in this division that are 1-0, Ben. I mean, can you put your hand? Who's 1-0?
I think that's us. Yep.
Okay. All right. Yep. I just want to throw it out there. Just wanted to see if Darcy moved his hand. No. And then we can have another conversation about that. But salute to Primos. Not mad at Geno for the pick. Good read, bad throw. Geno had a window, but the ball needed to be more towards the sideline. Yes. Either Brock catches it or no one catches it. Bad throw. Geno will fix that. I agree with you, my brother Primos. Salute to you on the $10 special. Salute to Chris becoming a member as well, man. Thank you, brother. I appreciate that so much. If you guys want to become members over here, and Darcy, you have your membership group over there as well, right? Yep. Ben, you have yours.
Yeah, I don't really know what to do. Like you just do like Christian Wilkins stuff, send them pics and stuff. Or I don't know.
All right, so look, don't become a member over at Ben's channel because he does nasty and freaky shit. But if you guys want to become members over here, OLV, hit the link is pinned up top, and also go over there, hit the join button on Darcy's channel as well. And also, if you guys want tickles and forehead kisses,
I think Ben's gonna get more than you'd think. I think there's gonna be
some people here for the tickles.
So let's get to real quick. Also, a few updates around the AFC West. The Broncos hosted 4 players today. Some workouts. Defensive end KJ Henry, defensive lineman Mitchell Agudi, defensive end Kingsley Jonathan, and outside linebacker Benton Whitley. The Raiders also worked out 3 players, 2 corners, 1 wide receiver, Samori Toure, Isaiah Bolden, and then the DB Alex Johnson, who was recently with the Indianapolis Colts. So there's some news around the AFC. Any players out there that you guys worked out in Chiefs Kingdom?
They signed wide receiver Hal Presley to the practice squad, which I wouldn't even mention, but I think that might be a premature move to put Xavier Worthy on IR.
So. Hey, any substance to the Tyreek Hill rumors?
Honestly, man, I can see it happening, but the way there's it sounds like some domestic stuff is about to really resurface with his ex-wife. She said there was like 8 or 9, I believe, times where instances where he put his hands on her. I don't think that Kansas City's going to play those games.
Well, I'll tell you what, we did play those games because he had the same shit happen with his kid like a long time ago. Yeah. The only way that they would do it is if Miami ate a lot of his cap hit next year's $51 million.
Nasty.
But if you look at it, like even last year, I think we'd all agree he was not the same player. Still had 900 yards.
Yeah.
And so like this is someone that like anyone who gets him is getting a really good player. I wonder if he's going to get just straight up cut.
They're going to move him. Miami's probably going to be the worst team in football this year.
Yeah,
it's either them or the Saints, I believe. So look, they look bad against the Indianapolis Colts. So, but we'll keep an eye on that. It definitely sounds like if the Xavier Worthy situation is worse than what we initially thought, maybe they bring Tyreek back home into the fold of things out there.
I'd hate that.
Me too. I would definitely hate it. Let's start right here. Week 2, you guys. We'll start with Darcy here, man. Sunday afternoon,
3:25.
The Super Bowl once again, right? Philly at Kansas City. Philly is 1-0. Beat the Dallas Cowboys in week 1. KC. We just talked about that game with the Chargers. Let's give some quick predictions, you guys. I know we're about to hit the hour mark. Start with Ben, man. What you got?
Oh, I need to like shield my heart here. Give me the Kansas City Chiefs. You guys remember when Baltimore lost to yeah,
I did not expect that.
Because then I'm like then I'm happy either way because like I'm happy because I'm right or I'm happy because you lose. So here's the thing, Darcy. If you want to win the division and you want to not have the entire world start crashing in on you, you got to win this game. So I think the Chiefs will feel like this is a must win.
I think it's supposed to be a must win for the Chiefs, but honestly, Philly's defense did not look great last week. There's a lot of moving pieces there. You know, they're really young defense. They are getting their best defender back in Jalen Carter, though. He'll be
bullshit, by the way.
Suspended, but he's getting fined. Was it like 54?
No, he did. Graphk, did you see that? I don't know if you saw me earlier on in the stream. My eyes got super wide. They said that he was suspended because he missed the Cowboys game. So he served a 1-game suspension because he spit on a quarterback, and they took his money and they just said, you know what? Because they ejected him before the game started. That was his suspension. That's bullshit.
Well, now you guys know how we feel about Rice.
Yeah,
he's going for the first 6 games of the season.
What happened last year?
Yeah, should have been last year, and you know it.
That'd be way different. It's a way different situation.
Well, yeah, because one guy almost killed people and another one spit after he got spit at. So I think Jalen Carter's was a lot better, bro.
I'm gonna say this: Jalen Carter is literally the best defensive player they have on that team. I think their defense is going to be better than yours, but you guys have the better quarterback. And I don't even want to hear any talk about Jalen Hurts being better than him, regardless. Super Bowl MVP, blah. But I think that Philly has the better offense. I think Saquon Barkley is going to run the football effectively. They have to get A.J. Brown going, man. He only had 1 catch in week 1. And I know he is like probably in Jalen's ear right now, like feed me the ball and feed me the ball a ton. I like their wide receiver, that trio they have out there. I'm going to go with Philly here, man. In Kansas City, I do believe that the Chiefs fan base is going to be in their lit. They want their lick back for that Super Bowl loss. But honestly, man, until I can see that defense show up, I'm going Philly. I'm leaning Philly.
I'm terrified. And not like this is like if you lose this game, your season's over. But there's like definitely pressure to go win, especially like if the Chiefs won week 1, you know, we wouldn't be talking about this. But since it did happen week 1, you kind of do need to go back out there and, you know, beat the Eagles or at least look better against the Eagles, which is a weird bar. But I'm going to go with the Chiefs. I've never picked against the Chiefs, and I'm not going to start now. I'm going to say it's going to be a close game. I think it's going to be a game where, honestly, the final offense that touches the ball probably wins. I'll say 27-24 Chiefs.
Okay.
And, you know, By the way, we didn't talk about the fire drill field goal the Chiefs made.
Yeah,
What did you guys think of that? That was sick.
Yeah,
that was
like
really cool.
Our special teams, man, like props to them. I think the Chiefs will win by a field goal.
Okay. Well, and if you don't, dude, this is where the not winning the division, 11% of teams who go 0-2 make it to the playoffs. So, and then I would guess it's under 5% of teams going 0-2 win the division. So you do have to panic if you lose this game.
Definitely. Real quick.
11%. That's math, Darce. Like,
let's get to the Denver game.
We don't do math on this channel.
I was told there was no math.
Daniel Jones went out there and looked like he was an all-pro talent against that Miami Dolphins team this past week. They blew them out. They're at home, I believe, for the first time, right? Was that game in South Beach? I believe they were on the road.
Oh, no, they were home then too.
Oh, so it was back-to-back home games for Indianapolis. Okay. But Denver's traveling out to Indy, coming off of a kind of win against Tennessee Titans. I'll be real quick and real brief here, you guys. I think that Indianapolis faced a really, really bad Miami Dolphins team. I think that they're fractured, not only on the football field, but in that locker room. I think a lot of those players do not like their head coach. I think that the GM, there's a lot of issues with the players and him, Greer. I just think that Miami is a broken football team. I think that Indianapolis comes back down to true form in week 2. And I think that Denver goes out there and figures it out offensively and beats the Indianapolis Colts.
Let's go.
Darcy, what you got?
If Denver plays like they did in week 1, they're losing. You can't play like that against the Colts. I don't think the Colts are great, but I think the Colts are better than the Titans. I'm going to give the win to the Chargers. But if you guys play like you did in week 1, and that's including your defensive performance, you're losing the game.
You mean the Broncos, right?
You said Chargers.
Yeah, the Broncos would be losing the game.
Okay.
I agree. I think we see a resurgence from Bo Nix. We mollywopped this team last season, and they didn't get better, and we added 3 All-Pros. I think Bo jumps back. I think Sean commits to run the ball.
Yeah.
And I'm going to be in the house. So my son, dad, brother, and I are all driving to the game Sunday morning. So I'll send you guys some picks. Not the Christian Wilkins one. I already sent you. I'll send you picks from the game.
stuff I've already seen has already shook my memory bank.
Yep, exactly. So give me Broncos. We're going to score 30 points in this game, and we win by at least 8 points.
That defense is going to shake up Daniel Jones. Yeah. He's going to look very New York Giant-ish this Sunday. Let's get to the Monday night football game, another divisional game. Raiders, Chargers in Las Vegas, the bright lights, Jim Harbaugh, Pete Carroll. That competition is real. I know they're friends in real life. But, they have had battles at the collegiate level, at the NFL level, the Seahawks, the Niners, and now the Raiders and Chargers on Pete Carroll's 74th birthday in Las Vegas in his Allegiant Stadium debut. Look, the Chargers don't have a major fan base. This is probably going to be the only one game that it's going to be completely blacked out at Allegiant Stadium. I think they already said something along the lines of 86% to 14. So, we already know that Las Vegas is a transplant city, so it's very tough to just get Raider fans in, especially with those prices for those tickets is astronomical. But let's start here with Ben, man. How do you call this game? Chargers look really good. We look really good. How we feeling?
I think this is a toss-up game, man, and I want you, so I'm going to pick you. Give me the Raiders by 3 points.
Talk, Ben.
I just think
you sounded
that was the best I've seen. Herbert.
You sounded very Christian Wilkins with that answer, but I'm here for it.
Yeah, I mean, that's the best we've seen. If Herbert looks like that all season long, they're going to win the division.
Put your forehead on the screen, man.
Yeah, kiss it. I just think Herbert's going to come back down to earth, and give me the Raiders outscoring them. I think Genty's going to have a great game, and I think there's also that advantage that, like, you have a ton of tape on how Harbaugh plays with this team, and they don't have tape on what you're doing there. So I think it's early enough. Give me the Raiders by 3.
Let's go. Darcy, what you got?
I'll take the Chargers by a touchdown. I saw what they did firsthand. I don't think you guys are winning. Listen, you guys are going to have to go out there
Darcy and pick the Raiders when they just beat the Chiefs.
Friendship. Yeah, no, you guys aren't winning, but it'll be fun. It'll be fun to watch. You guys need to get on the loss board eventually. You might as well get it done now.
I don't think I'll pick you against the Commanders, dude.
Oh, I'm okay with that because I'll probably be right there with you. But this is going to be a shootout. Herbert, Geno, both teams are going to try and run the football because once again, they both have, first round running backs in Warion
That's
Hampton.
what I thought.
So, I think that they're both going to commit to the run, but they're also both going to throw the football a ton, if that makes any sense. It's going to be a balanced attack from both teams offensively. But I think that this could be this may be a bold take, you guys. Very Baltimore and Buffalo-ish. You have high 30s,
That'd be
early
so
40s.
Fun, dude.
What was it, 41-40, I believe?
Yeah.
Something like that. I won't go
Game
that
of the year, by the way.
Yeah. I won't go that high. I think it's going to be in the high 30s somewhere. This is a divisional game. This is the same team that we put up. Well, not the same team, but put up a 63 piece on them a few years ago. They beat us twice last year. This is personal between Pete and Jim Harbaugh. I think it's going to be a high-flying, high-scoring Monday night affair, and I think that my Raiders win 37-34. There you go.
Yeah. Dang, dude.
Is it a hot take to think that both teams won't score more than 30?
No, not at all.
Okay. Yeah,
you know why? Because our defense looked good. We held New England really to 10 until that last second field goal. And the Chargers defense, what they give up? What'd you guys score? You had what, 20?
21.
21. Okay. I'm not afraid of that defense, man. I'm just not. I think that Geno's going to go out there and pick them apart. And remember, Geno has historically been phenomenal indoors. Like that's his moneymaker. So I'm expecting him his first chance to see Raider Nation in person, go out there and light it up. So
Darcy, every position go through Raiders offense versus Chiefs offense. Other than quarterback, what position are the Chiefs better than the Raiders at? Because it's not running back, it's not tight end.
Wide
It's
receiver.
not. No, it's not.
Yes,
Not without Xavier Worthy and Rashee Rice, bro.
Yeah, you take out 2 of the 6.
But
of
they
course
are
not.
out now. That's what I'm saying.
We're going who? So like right now, then you want to know?
Right
Like
now,
as of right now,
as of the game you just lost to the Chargers, so they're going to score at least 21 points on them. So that's what I'm saying. And
I disagree, but we'll see.
But what position, other than quarterback, are the Chiefs better than the Raiders at offensively?
I mean, you could still argue that wide receiver we're still better.
You couldn't do Jacoby had 1,000 yards. That's I love my favorite thumbnail is a Raiders burning trash can with Pete Carroll in it, and I haven't seen it yet.
You will.
Real quick, you guys. The all-time. This is great because this even makes it more competitive. The overall all-time coaching record between Pete Carroll and Jim Harbaugh is tied at 6-6, with Harbaugh leading their initial college rivalry 2-1. While coaching at Stanford, and Carroll leading their professional NFL rivalry with the 5-4 advantage. So whoever wins this game gets the leg up on the other guy. So I'm here for it. I'm here for it.
It's gonna be sick. It's just so freaking late. I hate that. I don't like the 2 Monday night games that are so late.
Yeah. Well, I gotta call it. So I'll be calling it probably till midnight.
Yes.
But it is what it is. Salute to the 1,000 people here in the building. You guys, we appreciate you guys so much. Thank you for pulling up to the latest AFC West Roundup show with myself, with my brother Ben, with my brother Darcy. We will be here next week to cover every single thing AFC West. And for the Chargers fans in there, I see some Charger fans in the chat as well. We will definitely cover your team also. I promise you, we won't be as biased as we were week 1 because we all called an L for the Chargers, and the Chargers went out there and beat the shit out the Chiefs.
Well, I said the Chargers. I was undefeated last week in my picks. So
there you go. There you go. But salute to the chat. You guys got anything on the way out?
Y'all are the best.
I hope your teams both lose on Sunday. I was gonna say die. It's not that extreme, but
yeah,
I hope you guys lose.
Golly.
Yo,
I hope the Christian Wilkins fairy visits you all.
Oh, dude, come on, don't get me excited like that.
Salute to the chat. As always, you guys wipe them feet on the way out. Get those likes up and also hit that subscribe button. Love and appreciate you guys. Tomorrow, me and Jalen Richard start our new show, The Running Back Report. We will be live tomorrow, 2 p.m. Eastern, 11 a.m. Pacific time. Stay tuned for that. And then Garyon Conley, former Raiders first-round pick, will be here Thursday talking about the cornerback play in week 1. You don't want to miss that. Garyon, friend of the show, wanted to pull up and break down some of that all-22. So hopefully you guys are here for that. Graphk and Wasted show Friday. The weekend I'm taking off to get prepared for Monday. You guys have anything you want to plug on the way out as well?
Yeah, it's real similar. John Elway and I are doing a show, and then Shannon Sharp and I, he's like my uncle. I don't know if you heard, he was on a FaceTime call with me.
Yeah.
Okay. No, I don't. I know like no players, but very similar.
Okay.
Yeah.
Darcy.
I mean, working to get hopefully a radio slot for next week. So hopefully we'll be on Sports Radio 810 WHB in Kansas City at night. So hopefully that'll get done. But
once again, let me know when I'm driving out.
Tell us, and I'm calling in. I'm going to be like the creepiest call you.
We could probably. You could both probably call in.
Oh my gosh,
I'm going to make some calls too to see if we can get some certain guests on the show as well. So
even via phone, let's do it.
Yeah. That's be the easiest way to do it.
If it's phone, we can pop the tops and you won't even know. Go shirts off and just breathe really heavy. Like
my pants are off right now. You guys don't even know.
Oh, we know.
I'm running late. I didn't get a chance to get dressed and shit.
That's what I'm saying, man.
Salute, man. Everybody here in the building. We are out. We will see you guys same time next week. Salute. And hopefully next time you see us, we're 2-1. We're 2-0. The Chiefs are 0-2, and the Broncos are 1-1. We out. One. Bowley.